Welcome back to Unapologetically Unfiltered. This is part 3 of our conversation with professional matchmaker Lauren Hunter, and this episode dives into some of the deeper dynamics of modern dating. We talk about the delicate balance between masculinity and femininity in relationships, why planning dates still matters more than people realize, and what intentional effort can look like when you're getting to know someone. Lauren also shares her perspective on how to make the most of being single, because the time you spend on your own can be one of the most powerful parts of your dating journey. And of course, we couldn't let Lauren go without hearing some of her favorite matchmaking success stories, as well as some of the more challenging ones that come with the territory. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Also, when you're that, like when you're disappointed or you're heartbroken or whatever, you are literally looking at the ground all the time. Like you're walking around looking at the ground. And kind of the first step, like the first thing you need to do is
skip
up and like look at the world.
Skip into the day, because guys can feel energy as well, and they are working off the energy. If you show them your teeth, just like, hi, you don't want anything from them, you don't even like them, but just be that magnetic person for yourself, because it's contagious. Happiness is contagious. Positivity is contagious. I personally had to lose 3 girlfriends because they were keeping me I needed to just launch. I needed to launch myself, and not by drinking and not by partying and going to bars and being let down, and not by swiping. I needed the time to just think about, what do I love? I went back to going to play tennis. I love tennis. I played my whole life. It makes me happy. Then I met guys at the tennis club. I don't know how.
I feel like when you invest in yourself, like other people look at you and they can see that energy.
And you'll know the people that want to be around that and that are haters and that you need to say goodbye to. Because there are people that just can't cope with your magnetism.
Well, yeah, we experienced it a little bit when we did the show. Both of us were quite, I think, surprised from the support that we got from some people, and then the lack of support that we got from other people.
I just need to show you once. And, actions are everything. It goes in all areas of your life. I believe in actions speak louder than words. Obviously, how you prove yourself to me, from the minute you text me, the first text, if you're a stranger, I know if I'm going to connect with you. It's just that quick now. I'm too intuitive, and I'm too... I just know, there are hundreds of texts that I just absolutely ignore now, because it's not, hello, Lauren, how are you? Who do you have?
Oh, no. What? You did a pizza parlor?
and people get upset, but you've really got to be polite.
Yeah.
Whether you want something or not from that person, just kindness and politeness goes so far. And who you surround yourself with. Show me your friends, show me your future. I really believe in that. I've noticed it myself.
Yeah.
So if I was dating again, just because people are single doesn't mean they're good for you. Very careful who you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
And I think like Georgia and I had different journeys, I think, before we met on the show, in which we both got married. I was kind of the quintessential single girl for 6 or 7 years, but I was, I'm not going to say I was the life of the party, but people enjoyed having me around because I was always the single girl and I always had fun and stories. But I think, when people lose that, they're sad because they don't have like their single girlfriend to tell them all the stories and whatnot.
The time, they don't have you as much. Yeah.
I was the party girl too. I used to just stay up just because, well, what else is there to do, or have fun with everyone and be the life of the party. But now I just am the life of the party in another way.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're so aligned with yourself, and that's obviously magnetic, which is probably going to be my word for the day, to be honest. And the word for my year.
Yeah. What is your word? My word is abundance.
Mine's intentional.
Mine's magnetic.
There we
go. Abundance of health, abundance of happiness, because I think most people are walking around with this scarcity mindset, and it is blocking you from your goals. It is blocking you from your wants. And if you just think with abundance, like everything is yours at any time, you can have whatever you want. It's like this crazy ripple effect, because it comes true.
It is.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. Tell us, what do you think about the masculine and the feminine these days, with you know, women being more in their masculine?
Well, we fought for equality and we got it. And I think it's been amazing for women, you know, to come out and be able to make their own money, to have careers and to be able to do everything. But a lot of women are feeling pressure to do it all. And that is not a healthy state for anyone. So we can't do everything. Sometimes having a great partner that adds value and you work as a team is the ideal. In my heart and soul, that's what I believe. I think women that want to just stay on the single bandwagon to avoid putting their heart on the line and being vulnerable, there's no need. Like, if you want a partner, you need to do the things to get a partner. It doesn't make you brave or tough.
No.
If you're with a man, the right man, and he brings out the best in you, you should automatically be in your feminine. We are born feminine. We are born to be protected. We are born to admire our man, and we are born to be adored. And there's a lot of shifts, and because of feminism, which is also the best thing for everyone because we can do it all on our own. We are financially independent, we are powerful, we are dynamic. Women are just phenomenal what we can do in a day, men can't do in a month. We are machines.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I run around like a headless chook, I get it all done, but it's not probably healthy. So the answer to the question is find someone if you're looking for that person that brings out your femininity when you need it. But if you're in the boardroom and you need to be masculine, go for it. But find your spot, find your space and make it appropriate for the moment that you're in. I can be a boss bitch any day of the week. I'm a fire sign. I run a business. I run a home and I want to bring up children with heart and soul.
Yeah, we can do both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only at certain periods. I don't think you can do everything at once.
No.
Yeah.
Or I don't. I think for me, it's having that expectation to do everything too. Whereas I feel like in a household, I'm not so much about gender roles. Like I feel like it can be 70-30 sometimes.
You pick up where that person is lacking.
Yes,
You use communication and empathy. If my partner needs me to do extra, I'll pick it up because I love him.
And you're a team.
Dropping the ball and I need him, he needs to be there for me. It's real teamwork, it's partnership. Yeah. It's long lasting if you actually feel what the other person's feeling and then work on it.
Yes.
So for women that might be accidentally sitting a little bit more in their masculinity because of how they work, or they might run businesses, or I guess they might have more dominant personalities, what would you recommend for them to help sit a little bit more in their femininity, whether they're dating or whether they're in a new relationship or in a long-term relationship?
I'll give you an example. I had a date the other night and the woman who's always been in her fight or flight survivor mode, she's a real go-getter, super successful, she's elite. Literally, she's the definition of elite. Yeah. Stunning, educated, intelligent, best mother, homemade, like she's everything. I love this person. She was going on a first date after a very long time. She'd been with her husband for over a decade and she was used to doing everything. She said she was used because he was an absolute man-child.
Stop doing everything.
Yes, and another thing is don't act like a wife when you're a girlfriend. Yes. Do believe in that. Yes. I've made that mistake by over-giving, over-pleasing, people-pleasing.
I just do everything naturally.
Yeah, if it's the right person, they won't take advantage of that, because I feel like a few of relationships that I've had, they've put me in my masculine because they've allowed me to do everything, whereas like now with my partner I'm very much in my feminine and I'm very relaxed and I'm very calm. And
it's your nervous system. You'll know with the person that you're with if you, and some people don't want to be calm, they want these exciting highs and lows and they want butterflies, which is really quite toxic. So you can't be in your feminine when you're in this survivor. Back to the example that I have to tell you. So she's like, Lauren, he's been perfect in communication and we're getting along and we're going to meet for the first time, but like he hasn't booked a restaurant. And I said, well, that's okay. And it was very last minute. She's like, I'm just going to book it. I said, no, you're not. You are not booking this restaurant. And if you don't go that night, it's going to be okay. But let's just watch him. Let's watch his actions. Let's give him a chance. Let's see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He did it all.
Yeah. Let him.
She's so naturally in her masculine that she booked it. She booked herself a car. No. Everything was done. Give it a minute.
take that
And if it's not done, it's not the end of the world either. He's a good person and he's meant to be for you. You can communicate. Could you let me know our arrangements a little bit earlier? And the right man will respond well and accordingly as well. So she called me the next day. She was like, oh, he did everything. It was the best date ever. She actually texted me in the bathroom.
Yeah, God.
I love a little cheeky bathroom text.
This is the best date ever. I'm like, don't text me in the bathroom. Get back out there and do this, and this, and flutter your eyelids. She hadn't dated for like over 10 years. She was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I'm like, you've got this. You can do this. This is, you flutter your eyelids. Don't talk about your kids. Wear a low V-neck top. Show them off. And it was such a good date. And they're together 2.5 years later.
So do you have any disastrous dating stories whilst you've been matchmaking?
Personally, the worst thing in my history of matchmaking is that I probably have had a complicated woman, and I'm telling you, like one that stood out to me and made me think about a few things on how I was behaving, but not that I'd done anything wrong. It's that I can't guarantee a relationship. I match people and I introduce people that you are never going to have the opportunity of meeting. So I work off my network and my database, and what I do is I curate the match as best as possible. When those people start dating after 2 or 3 months and the man, God forbid, says, I don't want to pursue this anymore, that is not something that I can control.
Yeah.
I had an incident with a woman that she said I didn't vet him well enough, he needs psychotherapy, blah, blah, blah. That was probably the most catastrophic. That happened once. She was very upset with me. I can't control how someone rocks up to a date. I do deep vetting, interviewing and analysis. My psychology has helped so much understanding personality disorders, traits, values, the foundation of the human being, but I can't make them love you. And that is probably the worst assumption from a matchmaker. I can't give you a fairy tale. I can't make someone, even if they say to me, I want to get married, are you the wife? No, I'm not sure. It's up to you to close the deal. And you can be the hottest, smartest, most beautiful woman in the world. It's got to be aligned and it's got to be mutual.
Of course.
But yes, there's been that movie, The Materialist, really disappointed me when there was assumption of assault. I've never, ever experienced anything like that. I've never had any dangerous situations. I don't plan on it. Very, very careful with who I work with.
So would you ever not work with anyone? Would you ever just say if a client came to you who wanted to be on your database and you've seen maybe some flaws in their character, like would you potentially not take them on?
I say no to people all the time. All the time. And integrity is everything to me. And it doesn't matter about, I had a guy not long ago offer me a lot of money, a lot. And I got the ick.
Yeah.
Is that like a bit of a red flag? Like, was he offering like
It was just who he was.
No, I know, but I was like, was he paying like double?
No, he really wanted to be a client. And, I did a bit of research and we weren't aligned and I didn't feel comfortable matching him. And a few people said to me, oh my God, why would you say no? And I'm like, because that is how a business will not do well. Because I'm going to continue to work with people that are really, really good people. I'm going to stick to that, and money is just a bonus. I really believe that. I'm going to do matchmaking till the day I die. Like this is not even just a profession. This is a love that I have so deep. If I don't do a match, I'm chasing something. Like I need someone to go on a date. Like I feel happy from that.
You're passionate about it, and I can see that, and I love that because I'm such a lover girl. So I love hearing all of this.
So it doesn't matter that I get paid anymore. It's great that I get paid. Thank you, universe, for providing me an income from this. But I will not work with people that are difficult, hard on me, unrealistic, and we set those boundaries. I set them. I'm luckily in a really good position because I've learnt from many mistakes, and people show you who they are in all settings, and you don't need to show me more than once.
Just before we wrap up, we're not quite done with Lauren yet. In the next episode, we'll be back with part 4, which is a special short bonus conversation where Lauren shares a few final insights and reflections from her years of matchmaking. Hint, hint, it involves dating apps. So if you've been enjoying this series, make sure you tune in for that final piece of the puzzle. Thanks for listening to Unapologetically Unfiltered, and you'll hear from us in the next episode.